and YouTube, okay? Let me say that again because I had to restart it. We are in the U phase of the unlock system for this mentorship. Understand your gap, okay? Key number one is know, okay? You got the keys is our motto. Know, embrace, yield, and serve, okay? We are in phase one, the healing phase, the process of becoming whole, enabling oneself to embrace life anew from a transformed perspective, experiencing the fulfillment of life as intended by God. All right, our foundational scripture for this week is going to be, therefore, if any man be in Christ, he is a new creature. Old things have passed away. Behold, all things are become new. Our principle for this week is going to be, there are many experiences, but there are not a lot of problems. Okay, it's a little cold down here, y'all, so excuse me for the sniffles. And then our lesson description is going to be, we're going to begin bridging your gap by understanding both your internal and external beliefs that lead to unfulfillment and deter you from pursuing your purpose. Okay, we're going to utilize what I created called a gap formula to conquer your challenges and reclaim control over your life. All right, y'all, so let's begin. Let's begin. We are going to be covering what is the gap, what is the gap, the three areas that make up the gap, okay, and what is required of you to begin bridging your gap, okay? We all have a gap. It's nothing to be ashamed about. It's nothing to hang your head low about. I see a gap very differently, not just, oh, you know, I'm living in lack. I don't have what everyone else has. I can't achieve what I want to achieve. I don't do anything well. That's a part of the gap, that mentality. But it's not just that, right? The gap is also an opportunity for God to step in and help you fill it. It's also an opportunity for God to step in and help you bridge it so that you can move from here to there, wherever there is, with ease. Okay? So seeing things differently is going to be very important, because we live life from how we see it. We live our life from how we view it. So changing that view is going to be very important over the course of this process. It's not going to happen all at once. It's not going to happen all at the same time. But we do want to make sure that we understand that this gap that we are experiencing, that we are in right now, okay, and we're not ashamed about it at all. But we need to accept that I do have a gap. We need to embrace it and stop acting as if it doesn't exist, because saying that it doesn't exist doesn't make it go away. Y'all do know that, right? It doesn't make it go away, okay? It just causes us to live in denial. And if you're tired of living in denial, I want you to embrace what this gap looks like in your life. Okay, what is the gap? The gap is three things, okay? The gap is three things. We know that physically in a dictionary, it may break it down as a break, a space in an object or between two objects, a distance or a pathway through an unfulfilled space. It say a lot in a dictionary, okay? But here's what I want you to focus on. The gap is three things: the enemy's happy place, your broken place, God's perfect place. If you do not have pen and paper, go get you some. We are shifting mindsets right now. It's already begun. The gap that you are living life from, don't seem to know sometimes how to overcome, right? Is the enemy's happy place, your broken place, but it is God's perfect place. It is not the enemy that has you right where he wants you. It's God that has you right where he wants you. Sometimes we blame everything going wrong, everything going south on the enemy. But sometimes it's just God's perfect way to get your attention. Sometimes it's God's perfect way to get you to sit down, slow down, and finally listen. We live in this fast-paced world. Everything's fast. Give me a 30-second short. Now we want it in 7 seconds. We want to hurry up and get to what's next. We wake up and we grab it. You know what I mean? We want everything microwave. But I'm telling you, I lived that fast pace, boom, 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 go, go, go. It wasn't until I slowed down that it seemed like God just sped things up in my life. It sounds strange, but if you know, you know. When I slowed down and I sat down, everything started working together. There were some things that God needed to say to me that I could not hear. We are not about to have this computer unplugged. Wait a minute now. I couldn't hear or receive until everything else around me stopped. I don't care if that looked like I got to back off social media for a little bit. I'm on here all day. I can't hear God. I'm allowing my mind and my eyes and my spirit to consume so much all day. By the time I get off of here, I got to work with the kids. I got to do errands. It's time to go to bed. I'm waking up doing it all over again. With 24 hours ain't nothing. Especially not even knowing if we're promised 24. We've got to slow down. We've got to start making time for what is important to God concerning our lives, not just what's important to you. What is hi, good morning, or good afternoon at this point. It might be morning still for some of y'all. I'm on Eastern. Good afternoon. Thank you for jumping in, right? Slow down. Sit down. Grab your pen, grab your paper, and just ask God a few questions that you want to know concerning your life. If you feel like I don't hear nothing, I want you to start building the habit of sitting, making time for, and receiving. I promise you, it won't end like it starts. In the beginning, I just wanted all the answers. I didn't want to wait and receive. I wanted to ask one question. I wanted God to give me the answer to the question. That's how I treated the situation. The only question I had was, God, what are my gifts? What am I here to do? And that's a fair question, right? But guess what? There's more that God wants to show you, because if he told you, you still wouldn't do it in your broken state. If he told you, you still would not move in your broken state. You still would feel unready. You still would feel inadequate. You still would feel unprepared, ill-equipped, out of position. Because it's not just about doing the thing that God is calling you to do. It's about doing it effective. And the only way to do it effective, y'all, is to have the right effect. And the only way to have the right effect is to receive from God directly, the one that causes effectiveness. If I get out here and just do something because I can, and it's not about winning people back to God, or it's not about helping people to also want for themselves what God did for me, or it's not about helping someone to break through, shift their mindset, get them on a right path so that they can also do for God what they're also called to do in their own life. If it's not about that, if it's not about God getting the glory, if it's not about who he is and who we get to be because of him, what are we doing? The benefit is in who we get to be because of him, not what we get to do because of free will. I know we got free will. I know we've been given free will. Free will get us in trouble. Free will getting a lot of us, bound up. We're out here doing what we want to do, and it's not working. It's not working. Thank you so much for the team bracelet. So we want to understand things differently, that this gap is necessary to assess and become aware of, so that I can make the right type of changes. Okay? So that I can make the right type of changes. In your workbook, you will see I have a bridge, and there's a split between the bridge. Okay? And it will show you that on this side, it's what I know about me and who I am today. And on this side of the bridge is what God knows about me and who he desires me to be. And he's trying to get us to who he desires for us to be. God has need of you. So therefore, he needs you to overcome these barriers, to understand who he is, to understand who you get to be because of him, to understand what your options are, because some of y'all feel like I've done it before, it hasn't worked, and truly you ain't done it that many times. Y'all be out here lying to yourself. I tried that before. It's not working. And when I say, well, how many times did you try it? And how long did you do this to determine it doesn't work? It get real quiet. I read in the beginning that unlock oath because y'all are going to want to give up. There are plenty of days I don't feel like it. And that's just being real, keeping it 100. There are days I don't want to study. There are days I don't want to get up and write. There are days I don't want to go live. There are days that I have 6 children, small children too. There are days I'm so busy, it's just like, okay. And that doesn't mean that every day you have to carve out all this time, because God doesn't need a lot of time to say what he needs to say or to get you to understand or take a specific action that keeps you on his path. He don't need a lot of time. But if you have been giving God no time to really understand what your gap even is so that he can help you to shift your mindset, shift your beliefs, and get you to move in the right direction that he has for you, I don't care if you start with 10 minutes a day. Just start building the habit of carving out time. Consistently. Set your alarms tonight, today, for whatever time. Okay, before my kids get up, 10 minutes. And if all you got for God is, I don't even know what I'm supposed to say, but I'm just trying to carve out time for you. I promise you it don't end the way it started. You build the habit however you need to. I promise you God is pleased for the fact that you just set out time for him, because he knows that you're confused. He knows that you lack understanding. He knows that you have this past where you were taught something else. He knows all about it. We don't catch God off by surprise. He's happy to know that he's finally interested in knowing what I know about him or her. God is not the God of confusion. He's going to bring clarity. But will you sit down? Will you carve out time? There are people who carve out hours. There are people who carve out 30 minutes. You may just be carving out 5 minutes. This is your journey. Don't even look at what nobody else is going on. I have no idea how long they've been on this path with God. I don't know what God is doing with them, why he took them left, why he took you right, and why he caused the other person to go straight. That's not our concern. What is your gap? We're going to get into right now. For those of you on YouTube, if you go to my community tab, and I think they changed it to say posts, I put a link in there to the Google Drive folder that has the workbook for week 1 today. We're going to be here for 8 weeks. So if you want to look at the visual, the workbook, go there, get it. And each week I'll be updating. There'll be week 2 and so forth and so on. And if those of you who want to get inside of the free support group, we're going to go deeper into these lessons and have more meaningful conversations be on live, go to www.𝗏rgiftunlock.com, first button. Okay, just go to my links, first button, get in the free support group. We're going to hang out. We're going to talk about it. Okay, shout out to everybody jumping on live. I appreciate you so much. Thanks for all the taps, the shares, the gifts. If you want to be a part of the live goal here, is right above my head with the hats. Okay, let's keep it going. There are internal and external, what I call gap beliefs. We're going to go into what this gap looks like for everybody. Okay, gap beliefs. What does your gap consist of? There's internal, there's external. Some examples of internal underlying issues can consist of self-doubt, fear of failure, perfectionism, negative self-talk, limiting beliefs, lack of confidence, overthinking, procrastination, burnout, lack of clarity. Now I know you feel like I'm all of it. Some of y'all, not everybody. Okay, but we're going to go deeper, just giving you an example of what it looks like. External underlying issues can be things that are happening outside of you. Okay, internal inside, external outside. No support from family and friends, financial obligations, time limitations. Okay, family responsibilities, career constraints. Okay, societal expectations, negative feedback, unhealthy relationships, lack of resources. Okay, I want you to start thinking about, and for over on YouTube, I gotta get used to saying this. Y'all like the live, like it, like it, like it. Okay, just you don't even gotta go nowhere. Just bop bop, that double tap the screen. You'll see that big thumb show up right in front of you. If y'all could do that, we're trying to build and grow and get the word out. Okay, all right. Let's break it down. Here we go. If you don't have your pen and paper, this is where you really need to be writing. Okay, you need to already be writing, but start now. Okay, internal gap beliefs. Identify which of these are you. And it's okay if you feel like, dang, 3 of them is me, 6 of them is me, 8 of them is me. Don't worry about it. The only way to heal is to keep it real. We just want to see it on paper, what we are dealing with. Okay? Okay? All right. I'm overwhelmed and stressed by the process. Okay? We're talking internal right now. I don't give myself the credit I deserve. Okay? I'm fearful to step out of my comfort zone. I lack confidence in my ability. I'm doubtful I'll be successful or successful with small children. I'm fearful of being rejected or challenged. I feel inadequate or maybe unprepared, okay? Not in position. I'm not great at anything, okay? Thanks for trying to come live. I'm teaching right now, so we're not accepting people up on the platform right now. I haven't accomplished anything worthy enough that others will want to learn. I don't know much to help somebody else. I tried that before. It didn't work, or I don't want to fail again. Moving on to the next thing. I don't trust myself to stick to it because I always quit, or I know I'll quit. Those are just a few I want you to ponder and really think about. Ponder and think about. Okay, y'all, give me just a second. Y'all know I'm new to having to read comments on, so I'm not ignoring y'all. Please know this. Please know this. Please know this. Know my heart. Please know my heart. Hope all is well. Hey, my schnookums. Y'all got up. All right. Greetings from Germany. Shout out to Germany. How awesome is that? Okay. Okay, so we're talking, we're doing an 8-week Her Gifts Unlock mentorship. Okay, I'm a certified life coach, gift strategist. I focus primarily on helping stay-at-home moms discover their purpose and gifts. And we're doing an 8-week live mentorship. Okay, I usually teach this solo or in small groups, but for this month, I wanted to teach it live. Okay, so we're going to be here for 8 weeks, and we're walking through an unlocked process. Okay, and we're in the U this week. Okay, the U represents understand your gap. Okay, so we are talking about understanding your gap. Okay, so if you are someone that's focused on gaining clarity of your purpose, your gifts, building confidence to serve what God has gifted you to lead, okay, you're in the right place at the right time. Okay, at the end, I'm going to open it up for questions because while I'm teaching, that's kind of difficult, and I'm gonna lose my spot. Okay, I'm one of those that will lose my thought. So we're gonna open it up for questions at the end. But shout out to y'all for keeping the chat moving. I appreciate that so much. Okay, let's keep it going. So we're talking internal. Those are some internal gap beliefs. You may not have never told yourself or said to yourself, I believe I'm overwhelmed and stressed by the process. I believe I feel inadequate. You may not have used that exact language, okay? But we only live from a belief. A belief is all we have. So all of the decisions we make in life, all of the moves we make in life are made from a belief. Whether or not you are aware of what that belief is, you can look at how you live, what you've produced in a day, okay? The decisions that you've made can lead you to what you believe. Okay, let's go external. Good day to you too. Thank you so much. All right. YouTube is wild. Y'all wild. External. I don't have the energy. There's a shortage of opportunities. Okay? A lot of people like to always, say, what's that word they use? Like a niche or an industry is crowded or oversaturated. Maybe that's a belief that you have. Maybe that's a reason or excuse, okay? Or a way of escape that you're using to not do what God is calling you to do, okay? I'm unclear of how to pursue, so I don't. My time is limited. I can't pursue my purpose blindly, right? Because I don't have all the answers. I need to have more answers. I need to know more so that I can take a step, right? I don't have the right support. I'm unclear and uncertain of my direction or the path to take. If I had someone to help care for my kids, I could. I've heard this. I need more time to perfect or master my gifts first. Yes, real examples. These are things that I've heard out of women, out of mothers' mouths, and some men as well, okay? I didn't make this up, okay? This is real data here. I don't know my gifts or which one to choose first, right? I don't have the finances, okay? And the last one I have here is I don't understand tech or social media. These are some external gap beliefs. These are going to be reasons that we use, things that we say, right, to make the determination of whether or not I try or take a step. Some of y'all are looking for a way out. Let's just keep it real. Some of y'all are looking for a way out, and every time you look for a way out, you find one. You're going to find one every single time. It don't take much to find an open door to do the opposite or not do at all what God is calling you to do. The enemy going to put a door right in front of you. You ain't even got to go looking for a door. He going to sit the door right here. Boom. You tired? Okay, walk on through this door. Tired. Boom. I'm tired, so I ain't going to do. Ain't got the finances? Yeah, definitely. I'm going to put a door right here. Walk through that door. Boom. Believe in that. You don't understand your power. That's what if I could just imagine the enemy just sitting here having a conversation, like, you don't understand your power. You don't really know. I know what God gave you, but you don't even know what God gave you. So I don't need to cause you to not believe. You're doing it all by yourself. Your mind can only focus on one thing at a time, y'all. And so if I focus on what I don't have, where I'm not in life, where I'm lacking, versus where I'd rather be, what's going to get me there? What can I do to get the finances? What can I do to take a step? Thank you for the hat. That's cute. Right? Instead, if I start focusing on what I need, what I can do, the support I do have, and stop telling myself I don't have nobody, start thanking God for the support I do have, or start opening yourself up to receiving support, because some of y'all don't want help. Some of y'all keep saying things like, I don't like people. I don't do people. I'm an introvert. I do me. All of that is speaking death and closing doors to all of the things that you actually need to take a step to overcome a barrier or block to move forward. So we went over the external and internal gap beliefs. Your job now is to then write some things down and identify which ones are actually me, which ones are actually driving my life, okay? Which ones am I actually being led by right now? And where do I want change? Where do I want change right now? I could check off at least 3 of these external things. Okay, boom. That's keeping it real. We want to put it right in front of us. I used to not like doing this because I didn't want to accept that this was me. Right? Sometimes we tell ourselves, I'm not that person. I'm doing better. That's not who I am. But to see it on paper, the behaviors, right? It is you. And there ain't nothing wrong with that. We just need the truth first. So we know what we need to work on. And there's nothing wrong with that. Right? So we just need to hold the truth sometimes, see the truth sometimes. There's literally nothing wrong with that. All right, I have a gap formula that I am going to give you all to start working on this these internal gap beliefs and external gap beliefs, okay? Now, in your workbook, so if you don't have a workbook, let me say it like this. If you don't have a workbook, write this formula down. Because it might sound a little confusing to try to remember without actually seeing it. Okay, that's what I would say. The formula is, let me go back up. Sorry, y'all. Okay, here we go. There we go. Out of all of what I named, so if you didn't write it down, you're probably going to have a hard time trying to remember, which is what the workbook is for. I put it in the community tab on YouTube and then in the free support group for those of you on TikTok. My belief, here's the formula. My belief, therefore, the feeling, we're going to fill in these things. We're going to fill in these things. Let me give you the formula first. My belief, therefore, the feeling, as a result, my problem. Let me give you an example. Here's an example of my belief. My belief is my time is limited. Okay, so if that was my belief, that's where I will put my time is limited. That's my current belief. The feeling can be I feel stuck, dissatisfied, and incomplete in life. Okay. The problem that's creating is I force myself to live a limited lifestyle. So here's how it reads all together. My time is limited. Therefore, I feel stuck, dissatisfied, and incomplete in life. And as a result, I feel forced. As a result, I force myself to live a limited lifestyle. Okay? It's all broken down here for you. And I don't care how many times you got to do that. I want you to do that with each internal gap belief. I want you to do it with each external gap beliefs. Because we want to get to what the result is, what the problem is. The problem is because you tell yourself your time is limited, you're forcing yourself to live a limited lifestyle because you don't have time for what's important. You don't have time for what you say you want to do. You don't have time for what you say you want to create. You don't have time for what you say you want to build. And so this formula is going to help you get to what is the problem at hand as a result of these internal and external gap beliefs. That's what this formula is going to help you get to and determine. Okay, that is what this formula is going to help you to uncover. What is the real problem? The problem isn't time. The problem isn't you not having time. The problem isn't what it produced. Yeah, that was the open door. That lie was the open door. That deception was the open door. But now I'm dealing with living limited. So we want to change living limited. Okay, that was the example. So we want to go through this formula. And I don't care if you had 6 internal gap beliefs, 8 external. Do it for each one. Make time for this. Okay, set aside time for it. Do you have to do it all in one seating? No. But make time for it. Okay. We are always responsible for the information that comes to us and that we have been given. If you gained awareness in any way, you are now responsible for what you know. We don't know what we don't know, so we cannot be responsible for what we do not know. Hi, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for hitting the like button, you all. Okay, if you can continue to do that, I appreciate you so much over on YouTube. Thank you all over on TikTok for all of the taps, shares, gifts. I appreciate that as well. Let's keep the chat moving. We're just about done and we're going to wrap it up and open it up for any possible questions that there are. So one more time, here's the formula. My belief, therefore, okay, the feeling, as a result, the problem. Sounds strange without looking at the workbook. I wish I had my whiteboard behind me so I can get up and write it out. But I've made it available to you so that you can see it, okay? So make sure you go to the community tab or under posts, okay? In the post I just put in here before we went live, there is a link to a folder that has the workbook and just for week 1. We're going to be here for 8 weeks, but I didn't put all 8 weeks in there because I know y'all like to look ahead. I only want you to focus on what we're talking about, and I will update the folder with week 2 Tuesday night or Wednesday morning before we go live again. Okay, I'm going to drip it out over the next 8 weeks, and so you'll have the full workbook at the end of the mentorship. It'll all be there, but I'm going to just drip out week by week in the meantime. Okay, so do this gap formula, and let's see how many problems we're dealing with, because trust and believe. What was today's principle at the beginning? There are many experiences, but there are not a lot of problems. It will appear like there's a lot of problems, but I promise you all of this stuff is going to be related. All of this that you're going through, there's going to be maybe one thing you need to change that wipes them all out and causes things to change in your life. Maybe 2 things that you need to do that wipes them all out, right? But a lot of these stem from the same behaviors and the same mindset created all of these, right? It's like there's one tree and then we created all these branches of problems. So that's how I want you to see it. There are many experiences. These are all experiences, but there are not a lot of problems. Not like we think. There's maybe one core problem. It might be inconsistency. It may be, you don't understand your values. You need to maybe create a new value system. You know what I mean? It may just be the way you talk, limiting beliefs. You don't speak life over your situations, right? It's not going to be, you need to do this and this and this and this and that and that. I promise you. And I'm going to show you that as we move on throughout these lessons. Okay, so I am going to open it up for any questions that you may have. There is a clarity check as well at the end of every lesson. It'll show you there. There's 3 questions. Okay, I have clarity of my internal and external gap beliefs. Okay, yes or no. I have clarity of the feeling this gap has created. Yes or no. I have clarity of the problems my gap has produced. Right, this is all based upon that gap formula. Yes or no. So if you have clarity, yes. If you do not have clarity, those is where I want you to then come back and let's ask questions. If you're in the group and you don't have clarity, that is where we're going to have deeper conversations and unpack, your thoughts and your beliefs and go further with the things that you lack clarity on. Okay, this is why I opened up the free support group to go deeper than what we can do here on the live stream. Okay, for sure. I got a lot of people coming and say, what is this live about? We're doing an 8-week Her Gifts Unlock live mentorship over the next 8 weeks for those who are looking to discover their purpose, unlock their gifts, and pursue God, the calling that God has on their life. Okay, so if that sounds like you're in the right place at the right time. All right, we are going to be here for the next 8 weeks. 8 weeks. If you are not connected to me, I've already started dropping videos on the page. It's a rather new channel, okay? I started dropping some shorts, started dropping some long form videos and things of that nature for you to start gaining some more education and clarity around purpose and gifts. If that is you, you can check those out as well and connect with me, right? Go ahead and subscribe if you want to learn more or become a part of the family where you can ask more questions, okay? Hey, how are you? How are you? Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you so much. Yes, y'all. So again, do that clarity check. Let me know where you do not have clarity. Get inside of the free support group and let's ask our questions there. And then there is it's not a worksheet, but there's a page that says, make a new confession, take a new position, okay? And it gives you a statement so that you can take accountability for being a part of this change, okay? It says, I'm taking authority over my gap by, right? I'm taking authority over my gap by, and then I want you to then write down, what are you going to do to participate in helping to bridge that gap. What is it that you're going to do? Because this is going to move you from just wanting it, just thinking about it, just waiting for something to happen, and becoming a part of the process. So I want you to fill that in, and underneath that, it says decision 1. Okay, we're going to be here for 8 weeks. I'm going to make 8 decisions. This is decision 1. What are you going to do to then be a part of this change and helping to bridge this gap, helping to overcome these internal and external gap beliefs? What are you going to do? And that's what you're going to write there on that line. Okay, I'm taking authority over my gap by making sure that every day I assess my actions and my behaviors, making sure there needs to be something that you say you're going to do. And then this is to hold you accountable, because you're going to come back and look at this, and I'm going to ask you, did you do this? Did you do this? You wrote this, but did you do this? Because underneath that, you'll see, what decision are you going to make? Okay, what decision are you making to ensure that your confession is true? The decision you make is the position that you will take. You making a new confession to take a new position, but how do you know that the confession you made is true? And that is what you're going to write on that line. How you're going to be accountable to becoming a participant in this process. I know God is almighty, and he can do, what he said he's going to do, right? He's only going to do what he said he's going to do. But he also put power and authority in you to do some things. And so we've got to just stop sitting around acting as if we have no power at all to cause any change in life. Oh my God, God's been telling me to do things, and this is, come on, let's go, Nisha Styles-Z. I know you probably just get here in the end, but I'm telling you, go ahead and click the link in the bio and get inside of the free support group, because the replays of this is going to be going inside of the free support group, and the workbook is in there for you as well. So you didn't really miss nothing if you become a part of the community. It's a free community where we go deeper into growing in our purpose and gifts together. Just got here, but I need to hear this. Good. That's what I'm talking about. Let me make sure that we are also, we're already connected. Good. Are there any questions about what we talked about today? Let me come over here and see what's up. He said, word. Word. Y'all, I'm building on YouTube, and I'm excited about growing with you all over here as well. I'm looking forward to expanding my reach to more women, more moms, and even some men. You know what I mean? If the men are sliding through and need what we're talking about, we are not closed off to anyone in the community, okay? I just know that we have to have a target, okay, of who we're speaking to when we create content. But I know that the power of your gift and the power of what you're saying can reach other people outside of that target. And that's okay too. I missed a lot. You did, but guess what? If you click the link in my bio and get inside of the free support group first button, the replay of this is going to be going in there, as well as the workbook. The workbook is already in there. It's going to be dripped out. Okay. So you're going to get in there and you'll see, the unlocked oath that we read today. You're going to see like the introduction about me and all that, and then all of lesson 1. And then next week I'm going to be dripping out week 2. Okay, it's going to be pinned inside of the group. Okay, because I know a lot of y'all download stuff on your phone, and then you can't even find your own downloads. You don't even know where the downloads button is on your own phones. Okay, so you ain't got to worry about that. I know how y'all roll. You ain't got to worry about that. I'm going to pin it inside of the group, so you can always go and click the link and get back to the workbook. Each time she laughs and see, he'd be like, where did it go? I know. So I said, girl, just pin it in the group. Don't be having them scurry all over the phone. You ain't even got storage for my downloads, okay? That's why another reason why I ain't put the whole book, taking up all the storage on your phone. Don't even worry about it. Then you're going to delete the workbook because you trying to download another app, or you can't record videos because y'all don't know how to clean up your storage and move stuff over to an external hard drive. Okay. Y'all need to stop deleting stuff on task. Just get rid of it. said, thank God, because I just reached my limit today. You see what I'm talking about? I'm bad with it too, y'all. Listen, my husband bought me an external hard drive because he's like, you used all of this storage already? So he'll move everything for me, clean it up for me. He like, you need a what's it called, a terabyte? Oh God, you know what I mean? He's like, look at all this stuff over here. It's just everywhere. I'm like, chill a little bit. You know, I got my gap too. Yep. So I started creating folders inside of my emails, and I created folders on my computer as well because I have this MacBook Air, and it I do a lot of content, and so it gets full quickly. But I've started a new system where I have my trash can to automatically delete ever so often and stuff. And I'm still learning a lot about Mac because I'm a PC girl. I come from the PC world. Okay, so I'm still learning a whole lot about the whole storage, the cloud. I'm like, where's the cloud? How do I get to the cloud? They keep saying the cloud is full. Where's the cloud? The only clouds I know about is the ones in the sky. So we still learning over here. You know what I mean? And so I use a lot of Google Drive folders for that reason to free up storage on my phones. And I use them for everything, even in my Canva folders. Folders, y'all. The season of folders. You hear me? Folders and organization. Say it. Folders and organization. Some of y'all need to get rid of that junk email. Don't be having my emails go to your junk email. Create me a new email, okay? Google Drive, Drive. If you create like a Gmail account, okay, the Google Drive, Google Docs is all a part of the Google Suite, okay, where you can create folders. Okay, maybe you already know. Yeah, Google Drive. Yeah. Definitely, y'all. Definitely. Y'all cracking me up. Y'all is cracking me up. Definitely. Yeah, y'all. Matter of fact, I'm going to let y'all go. Stay right here. I want y'all to go to the link in my bio real quick. Click it. Join a free support group. Okay? And then come back and say, I'm in. Okay? Because I'm on my computer and I want to let you in while we on live. Thank you so much for all the taps and the shares. Y'all, I'm having a good time. We're going to have a good time over these 8 weeks, especially as we get, further. We got to set some groundwork, right? Sometimes building a foundation, it takes a little time. People don't really be wanting to do the foundational work. They're ready to get to what they deem as the good stuff. But this is the good stuff, okay? Because this is all about who you are, what you understand about yourself, who you're going to be showing up to be every single day, right? The nature of who you are, the character of who you are, the spirit of who you are, the mindset, the heart of who you are. All of that matters, and it's like one package deal on how you show up in life and what you offer to other people. Okay, it's one package deal, and it all matters. It all matters. Some of y'all may feel like no one understands me. I'm unapproachable, or I don't really, I'm not really into people like that. I don't do people. You know what I mean? I lack rapport skills. Some of y'all be saying all kind of stuff, and so we need to work on all these things. All these things is a part of the change and the shift and what God is doing for you, so we can all show up more like who He is. When we were created in the likeness of God and after His in His image and after His likeness, then if we don't reflect that, we've got some work to do so that we can show up more like Him, because that was His whole idea. His whole idea was not to create something in His image and then for it to show up the complete opposite. We have fallen. We changed some things, okay? And we are slowly being restored back to truth, so we can be restored back to God and show back up differently, do things differently, understand things differently. And it's okay to do the work. I'm not afraid of the work. I'm not afraid of the time it's going to take, because it's going to take a different amount of time for everyone to overcome their own barriers, to gain understanding, because everyone understands information differently. Okay? You're not slow. You're not all these things you be saying about yourself. We're going to change the way we speak. Okay? We're going to learn how to speak life. Okay, because that's a part of the character of who God is. I know life taught us a lot of things. I know we grew up in certain environments that taught us a lot of things. I know it's embedded in us. I know, but I'm here for it. I'm here for whatever you need and whatever amount of time it takes. Some of y'all are going to just feel free and know I finally found my people. I finally found a group of women that are on a similar journey and path that I can talk to, not feel ashamed, not feel like I got to hold back. We understand you. We're in this with you. We're on this path with you. We can cry together. We can be upset about some stuff together, but we're going to come back again. We're going to do the work some more. And we're going to continue to move forward. That's what we're going to do. Look at this crazy world. I don't need for bad things to happen to cause me to repent and get on God's side just in case. No. I want to live in who he is. I want to be excited about who I get to be because of who he is now with the time that I have. No. I want to learn what it is to fully embrace my personality, how I sound, how I laugh, what my body type is right now. I want to use it all right now to glorify God and make the right type of changes that pleases him along the way. If I'm not satisfied with I'm going to be very honest with y'all. This ain't the reason why I'm sitting now. Let me show y'all something. Let me show y'all something. I used to sit all the time because I was, let me move this chair away. I was afraid to stand and show like my body type. I was insecure. I was like, I'm just gonna create all my content, sitting down from here up. And I realized how much I was missing out. I wouldn't do certain trends. I was like definitely not doing certain dances. I wasn't gonna move around too much. I was so insecure. I found a way to keep going, which was, okay, I'll sit down and do what God has asked me to do. But then God got on me. He said, no, part of your gap is you're limiting what I want to do in you and through you because you carry this insecurity. I need you to accept that is your gap, and let's work on that. Because there are doors that I want to walk you through. There are stages I want to put you on where you got to stand up. You ain't got nothing to hide behind. There are things I need to do with you. Some of y'all keep telling yourself, I'm an introvert. How can I do the content faceless? Ain't nothing wrong with starting how you need to. If you need to start faceless, start faceless. But we don't stay faceless because of fear to show your face. See, that's what God wants to heal. The fear that you hold to show your face. I'm not calling myself nothing God didn't call me. I'm not an introvert or extrovert. You may have introverted or extroverted behaviors, but that's not who I am. Hello? That God didn't say that. We say that. And don't you know that the power of a name, whatever you call yourself, you have to become. You'll start to mimic it, walk like it, talk like it, act like it, behave like it. It's like the person that says, I have anxiety versus I experience anxiety. There's a difference. The person who believes that about them, okay, accepts what anxiety does. It accepts how it acts, how it interacts, how it shows up. It's okay if you experience these things, but I'm not going to say something as if God can't change it. It's an experience. You weren't born with it. Something happened in life that opened the door to it. Okay? So I want you to think about that. It's okay if you want to start with voiceovers. It's okay if you want to do something where you're not on the scene. Everyone's not on the scene. Everyone gifted isn't on the scene. There's a lot of gifted people pursuing their purpose and living for God. You don't even know where they at. You don't have to be right here to be doing the will of God. I'm just giving you some things to think about. Yeah. Definitely. Any questions? I think my 2 children, my husband, he works second shift this week. I think they sleep because I don't hear nobody over my head right now. Usually I hear all kind of feet, bop, 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 going. My kids be talking to me through the vent. Be like, stop talking to me. They could probably hear you on live. This was good. Good. Thank you. I'm glad. Y'all, look, as soon as we end, those of you who are here, go to the post I made right in this shirt right before this video and just tell everybody what you learned, what you gained, how you felt about the class, and whether or not they should be here next week. Because we're going to talk all week in a group. But those on the outside got to wait till next week till we come back next Wednesday. Okay? So if you want to get inside of the group, I need you to get on in there. Get on in there so I can be all up in your business. All right, y'all. That is week 1 of the live Her Gifts Unlocked mentorship. There's a quote that I put here at the end of every lesson as well. The way to begin bridging your gap is wanting more. Wanting more. Wanting more than what you've been allowing yourself to have. Wanting more than what you've been allowing yourself to do. Wanting more. More of who God is and less of who you've created yourself to be on your own. The moment I knew that there was more than what life was offering me, that there was more than what I had been experiencing, I became interested in what more looked like. My activities changed when I knew that there was more. It's like a person who only lived in a very terrible neighborhood all their life, lived in one area, and then 25 years later rode through a really rich neighborhood. And they're like, wait, you mean everywhere isn't just the hood? There's houses that big? There's driveways that long? All you have to do is be exposed one time. One time is all it takes. Whether or not you know how to get it, gain it, or obtain it, you just need to know that it's an option. I need you to know that there's an option other than lack. There's more. 10,000 likes in the building. Come on, y'all. I just need you to know you got options. When you only have this, you don't have a choice because there's nothing else to choose. But the moment I say, God, I want more, bang. Now you've got a choice to choose. Do I want to live in abundance or do I want to continue to live in lack? As soon as you became aware, boom, there's more. There's abundance. There's another level. There's another place I can live. There's another body I can have. There's another mindset I can have. There's a different type of relationships I can have. I don't have to live in fear. I can move in courage. I have an option. I have an option? Yeah. But now that you understand that you have an option, here goes an opportunity for you to walk in your power again. You have to now use your power to choose. God, his will and his way, his purpose for life, it's available. But he will not force it. He knows the purpose and the plans that he has for you. But he will not make you live it. Do you want it? Do you want his will, his way, his lifestyle, his rules? Do you want what comes with him? The way to begin bridging this gap is wanting more. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to go after what our more is. We'll say what God has for me is for me. But not everybody's saying that is actively pursuing, moving towards their own more. You can know what God said all day. But if you do not start moving in faith to at least try, we can start with trying. Okay? To move toward the things that God has for you. What is this line in the middle of my feed? Do y'all see that line? I don't know if that's my phone or if that's TikTok. Angel, let me know if you see that line going across, like, between my lip and my nose. Let me know if that there better not be nothing going on with my phone. Please tell me it's TikTok. Oh, snap. As soon as the comments went up, it left. Okay. Whew. I was like, Lord, please. I don't want to have to go get a new device. So I want you to consider that. Do I want more? I want you to answer that. If you said yes, then now there's work for you to do. God's going to give you something to do. He's going to give you something to do. So get inside of the group. Let's talk about it. Give me a chance to download this replay and get it inside of a folder for you. Access your workbook inside of the group. And let's get busy. Let's get talking about the direction God has for you. If you don't know what your gifts are, I want to know that. If you need clarity of purpose, because purpose and gifts, although they work together, are not the same, I need to know that. And we're going to cover that later on in these weeks. Okay? Thank you so much, White Brain. How are you on today? Thank you for sharing out the live. Appreciate you, sir. Thank you. Y'all, let's connect. That's great support in the room right now. That's a quality connection right there. Make sure that you all are connecting with each other, especially if you stayed in this class. That's a like-minded individual. That's a brother or a sister that's on a similar path or journey, with you, that's looking to gain more knowledge and understanding about the purpose and plan God has for their life. Make sure that who's left in here, or who was here earlier. Let's connect. I'm very well. We are in an 8-week live mentorship called Her Gifts Unlocked, and today is the start of week 1. Yes, sir. And we are just finishing up. So thank you for sharing out the live. We'll probably be on here for just, another minute or two. And then we are going to go on our way. It's lunchtime for some, a later lunchtime for the Eastern people. Okay. Cause I haven't even, did I eat? Oh yeah, I'm lying. My husband made some pancakes and eggs earlier. I ate a little bit and gave the rest to my son, but he made me some coffee. This is what I be really wanting. I need my coffee, and I don't drink it every day, but it stay hot. I haven't even sipped on it this whole live, and it is still piping hot. Yes. So I'll be sipping on that as I get into the group and welcoming some new people into the group. And also, if you are not connected to me on YouTube, we are growing our family over there as well. Make sure that you tap the link in my bio and connect with me over there as well. You love your coffee too? Yes. I don't drink it every single day. I'm not the one that I gotta have my coffee. And I like the mushroom coffee. I'm out of that right now. I gotta order me some more. And my husband said they started selling it over at Walmart. I'm like, really? Is it? Please don't tell me it's like low grade, because I'm used to the one that I was buying. But either way, I got used to the taste. You love your coffee too? We got some coffee drinkers in the building. Any tea drinkers? We got any tea drinkers over here on YouTube? I love tea too though. Hot tea, I don't drink as much. I love cold tea as well, but I'll drink both. My husband, he don't like that hot brewed tea taste. He don't like it. I'd be like, give it to me, give it to me, give me some more. Tea drink in the building. Yeah, I love tea. I do love tea. I got all kind of teas in there, and I need to stock them up some more. But I got all kind of. I got stuff. I forgot I had these teas. Yep. But nevertheless, we are going to jump off of here. Thank you for being here for week 1 of the 𝗏 Unlocked Live mentorship and sharing this time together. Give it to me piping hot. Ooh, yeah. I hate when I burn my roof of my mouth. I'd be too mad. But as I always say, have an amazing day because you get to, hopefully because you want to, and I will check back in and remember these 2 things. You are gifted to lead. Yes, good day, good day. You are gifted to lead, and you have the keys, the power of God within that helps you know, embrace, yield, and serve. Thank you for being here with me. Again, my name is 𝗏𝗏 McClurkin. If you're just jumping in, I'm a certified life coach and gift strategist, okay? Helping you to discover your purpose and gifts and build confidence to serve where you're gifted to lead. If you missed it, check the community tab on YouTube for the workbook. And go to www.𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, first button, and get us out of the free support group if you missed it and want to talk about today's lesson. Y'all give me some time to download this and get it into a folder, and then I'll make a post to let you know that it is available. This will be in the free support group, Angel, separate from the subscriber group that you are in, okay? All right, y'all, have an amazing day. Bye. Have a good day, YouTube.